It is Tuesday, June 12th, 1:35 p.m. 25 degrees outside, it feels like 29, and finally it feels like it. I went for my walk and it was very toasty. There's still a slight breeze, but it's one of those breezes that I was talking about yesterday where you like that breeze. It wasn't freezing, it was just a nice kind of cool down. So that's nice. I saw the headline for an article that said that apparently the upcoming heat wave will rival last year's July and August temperatures, I think it said. So that's exciting. But yeah, so yesterday I worked on those WoW videos. Unfortunately, I started Freehold as a second dungeon I got to, and I immediately got to a roadblock, or I didn't really know with the second boss how it worked, and then I started doing Temple of Sethralis. Didn't know how the first boss worked. I think they're bugged. I need to do Mythic or something. Not too sure, so hopefully I can get that done eventually. But I ended up getting two videos. What was it? Yeah, I think 2 videos done. But I couldn't upload because Rogers was super slow again. 1 megabyte upload. So I called in. They said they're gonna have a technician look at it and call me back in 1 to 2 days. But today, so far, it's been good. But that's the same as it was yesterday, where it was good, and then it kind of went back down to 1 megabyte per second. So hopefully it stays good. But yeah, today I uploaded Atal, Dakaz, whatever it's called, the Underrot, and Shrine of the Storm. Currently have the script done for Tol Dagor, and then the 2 that I just mentioned, the first 2 I mentioned I can't do just yet, and then there would be 2 more after that. Motherlode being one of them that I still can't get, and then the Waycrest Manor, which I think I have all the footage for, and I should be able to do. So hopefully that gets done in the future, sometime maybe today. Hopefully, I've been feeling like the videos are short, but it just feels like they take forever to do. Like even with that delay yesterday for 2 dungeons, even today, like doing the Shrine of the Storm dungeon, I think I have to sneeze again. It just felt like it took forever. So hopefully it speeds up a little bit, but that's the plan for today, is keep doing that. I was supposed to have an interview at 2 today, but the lady at 10:45 emailed me asking if I wanted to reschedule. And I was like, okay, I think you mean you need to reschedule. So I said, yeah, what were you thinking? Hasn't replied. So called her at 1 asking her, or telling her that I'm just going to assume the 2 o'clock meeting is done or not happening, and just call or email me. Oh my god, allergies. So hopefully hear back from her. But that frees up at least an hour of my day today, which is nice for video making. And then the other thing it's super annoying. Like every single video that I posted on my WoW channel since, I don't know, last maybe 30 or maybe about 30. Every single time I do, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. I might get some subscribers for this one. Every single video, I lose subscribers. Or I stay around the same. So I'm either, I want to say it's 18,620 right now. For the last year, I haven't gone past 18,650. Really annoying. Usually I'll post videos, and then what'll happen is, like I said, I'll stay around the same. I'll get 1, 2, or lose 1 or 2 subscribers. So stay around the same. But every single time, I'll at least see my subscriber number go down. So today I posted 3 videos. I started the day with 624 subscribers. I'm down to 620. So don't know why that's happening. Excuse me. Don't know why that's happening. Very annoying. I wish it didn't. Wish it went up. But what can you do? So today I'm going to talk about a couple things. The first is again going through my old vlogs. In the vlog entitled "The Internet is Broken," I think, which, funny enough, it's broken again. That video was talking about like SOPA and PIPA and stuff like that, but I talked about there's a few things in that video that I was talking about, one of which was driving, and then I was just kind of learning how to drive at that point. I just got my G1 recently, and my dad was kind of taking me out for drives, and I was saying how I was super nervous. I didn't know how much pressure to apply to the pedal, and I felt like, I don't know how, like, I remember back then thinking, like, always taking a look at my speedometer and being super nervous and feel like I always have to watch it, and like always going back and forth between the road and the speedometer, because I didn't know how fast 60 kilometers an hour was, or whatever it was. And I was like, man, am I ever gonna get used to this? Am I ever gonna know how much pressure to apply to the gas or the brakes, or am I ever gonna just know how fast I'm going, just kind of when I'm just driving? And luckily, yes. Nowadays, I think I'm pretty good at driving, I'd say. I know how much pressure is required. I, for the most part, know generally how fast I'm driving. So that's nice. I remember that was like one of my biggest fears. I was like, am I ever gonna get the hang of this? And I did. Reversing in that video, I was talking about how reversing scares me, and to this day, it's still, I think I'm a lot less nervous than I was before, but I still don't like reversing. I usually don't reverse park because that just is annoying, and I've been thinking more often to just try it, just to get used to it, just kind of get the stress of doing it out of the way and kind of get better at it, because the only way to get better is by doing it. So reversing I'm still not that great at. Like, I can reverse out of parking spots for the most part. I know how to reverse just fine. It's just like getting into parking spots, or like sometimes I don't know how far back to reverse because I still don't know where the end of my car is. So sometimes I'll back up too far. I know that I've hit a couple curbs with my tires, luckily. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm the same with going forward. Like, when I parallel park, the few times I do, it is terrifying not knowing. I don't know how close I am to the front of the car in front of me and to the car behind me. And like, one time I was trying to parallel park and I could have sworn I was about to touch the car in front of me, and then Carla got out. She's like, dude, you honestly have like the size of my forearm left to go still. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. So it was, or even more than that actually, but it was just, I don't know, that's a little intimidating to me, that parallel parking and reversing, but I'll try to do reversing a little bit more. The other thing I was talking about in that video was clothes, and I think I touched on it briefly, but I remember back then thinking that like normal clothes were douchey, and if it wasn't metal related clothing, you were a douche. Like, if you shopped at Gap or you know, whatever regular, like American Eagle or what is the other one? I don't know, some of the other ones, I'll say, you're a douche. You have no taste in clothes. And it was cringy watching that, because nowadays it's like, one, I don't judge other people's styles for the most part. Like, if it's really eccentric, I'll kind of like, whoa, that's different. But for the most part, I don't care what other people wear. And I wear a lot of, like, if that Mike saw me today, he'd be like, dude, what the hell happened to you? Like, I'll still wear band shirts. I still wear like funny shirts and stuff, but I wear neutral clothing a lot. I don't always wear metal attire, which is nice. I've been like that for a while now, and it's just, I've shopped at Gap. I don't think I have anything from American Eagle, but I'm sure I would go there. I mean, Carla got me a freaking Ralph Lauren shirt for my birthday, so I mean, that's something that I would never wear back then. Never. I would have called, like, if I would have just called myself a loser, or probably at that time I would have willingly used the word gay to describe myself. So yeah, it's just weird. Watching that was like, oh my god, dude, relax. You don't have to be metal all the time. It's okay to not wear black. It's okay to have neutral colors, or I guess bright colors, not neutral, but it's okay to not be so metal all the time. And speaking of metal, I don't know if I mentioned in that video, but another video before that I was talking about how I went to a concert and how they had a rap group, and I was like, oh, I can't stand that shit. And I know back then I definitely had this kind of the notion that if it's not metal, it's crap. And I'm so glad that I grew out of that, because one, that's very basic, very boring to listen to the same genre over and over and over again. But two, there's so much good music out there that isn't metal. Like, I've really grown to love rap. Maybe not so much some of the popular stuff out there, like some of the stuff now where it's like I hate that stuff, but like I can't even name people, but I've gotten much more accepting of rap, and I actually really like rap. I've grown to like country, electronic music, any sort of music. Like, I'll at least listen to it. I feel like I'm totally open. Pop music, like Britney Spears, One Direction, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, all that stuff is awesome. That shit's good. It's fun to listen to. It's nice to have a break from all the time, you know? It's blast beats and all that stuff. It's nice to have that separation. If I had to pick one genre to listen to, it would definitely be metal, but I don't have to. It's nice. I can have that variety in my life. So I really like that. I kind of accepted other music. And I think at the time too, there was music that wasn't metal that I was like, oh, that's not bad, but like I would never say that out loud. In my head I thought that, but I was like, I'll never admit that, because then, you know, I'm less metal and people are gonna say I'm stupid and I'm like a wannabe metalhead. I don't care. I think you like what you like, and if someone thinks that, I mean, if I'm less of a metalhead to someone because I like Britney Spears, then okay, I mean, okay, I don't tell you, it's my music taste, not yours. But just really quickly, speaking of music again, one thing that I want to mention, I know I've been saying how I want to listen to an album a day and stuff. One thing I want to do, which is, I know it's pretty much impossible. Unless I've dedicated all day, every day for the rest of my life to this, I want to listen to every single song ever released. At least listen to it so I can have an opinion on it. Like, that's something that I really liked. I really like having this I don't know if that's extensive knowledge, but one thing I like is being able to say, oh yeah, I've heard of that band, or yes, I've heard this song, or I've listened to this or whatever. Like, I like having that. When someone mentions a band or a song that I haven't heard before, I'm like, huh, I'll have to listen to that, because I want to have that kind of encyclopedia, that Rolodex of everything that I've listened to, and I want it to be everything, spanning all genres of music, spanning all time periods. I want to do that. Another thing I want to, like, I'm not so diligent about this, but every once in a while I'll listen to a band and I'll go on their Wikipedia page at least and just kind of read through stuff, read about the album, read about the band themselves. So, like, not only do I know about the band exists, but I know about them. Like, I know where they came from, I know how many members they have. I know that this album sold this many and it was well received, or that they did this cool thing with that. Like, that's where I learned about, and now I forget it obviously, but one of Michael Jackson's records, I forget which one now, but it was like the most expensive album to make. And I was like, oh, I learned that because I went on the Wikipedia page when I was listening to Michael Jackson. So I want to do that. I want to do more kind of learning about music and listening to all sorts of music and listen to all the music, because I just like having that kind of knowledge and being able to say that I just like having a big background of music. And in that same vein, movies and television shows, like, that's something that's going to be a lot harder to do because obviously it's longer, but just my attention span. My attention span is going to make it hard to do that, but I just feel like I want to watch everything. I want to watch all the movies. Like, this goes back to even when I was in college. Like, I downloaded all the Batman movies dating back to, like, the 40s or whatever. Like, I want to watch them chronologically. Same with the James Bond movies, chronologically. Every movie, every television show, I want to watch that just so I can make references, I can understand pop culture references, I can have these little bits of information, and I can just, I just have like an understanding of where we were and where we are now in terms of the production of movies and just the quality of them as well. So that's something that I really need to be more diligent on. It's just my attention span. It's really hard for me to watch movies, even if they're super interesting. Television shows too, it's at least, I don't have to watch all of them, but the kind of first few episodes just to see if I like it. But yeah, I want to do that. And I think that, I mean, obviously if I won the lottery, that's probably what I would do. I'd probably dedicate time every day to listen to music for an hour and then watch a movie, maybe a television show, maybe alternate those two every other day. But yeah, stuff like that is what I'm thinking about currently, what I want to do. So hopefully at some point in my life I kind of get that ball rolling for the movies, and I continue to move forward with my music discovery and music listening. The other thing too is that some bands, when I discover music, so basically what I'll do is I'll hear one song, and if I like it, I'll download their entire discography. I don't care if they have 30 albums and that one song is the only song I ended up liking. Worth it, because I listened to their entire discography to see if I liked it, because maybe I liked another song, maybe I didn't, whatever. But there's some bands where, like, you listen to, or some artists, whatever, you listen to songs, singles and stuff, it's like, I just can't find a song that I actually like and enjoy and want to listen to. And to me, that counts. That counts as me listening to see if I like a band, because I don't have to listen to an entire album sometimes. Sometimes I just need to hear a single. I'm like, not really for me. Maybe another single will change my mind, or maybe another single will kind of get me to plant my feet harder in that belief that I'm not a big fan of this band or artist or whatever. So, yeah, always looking for new music to discover. I love when people tell me a band that I haven't heard before, a song I haven't heard before, and I actually end up liking it. I love having music. I just love collecting it and listening to it and having it and having that variety of music now. And hopefully one day I can get that way with movies and television shows as well. But anyway, this was a pretty long vlog, and I will most likely talk to you tomorrow. Gonna go edit videos now. Alright, see ya.